Bake with us, Canada. Welcome to A Taste of Baking for Change, where we revisit the highlights from previous shows. This week, we're taking a look at episodes 1 to 6.
Welcome to Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and a little bit later in the program, I'm going to tell you a little more about who we are and an exciting new venture that we're going to be revealing. But I don't want you to wait any longer because I'm super excited about today's guest chef baker. You're both, right?
A little bit of both, yes.
A little bit of both. Today we have with us Daniela Spada.
Brava.
Did I pronounce that?
You absolutely did. I'm so impressed. Oh my gosh.
Amazing. So I'm going to let her tell us a little bit about what we're going to be making today. I definitely at some point want to share where people can find you and find this delicious stuff.
Of course.
So
Absolutely.
Tell us, what are we going to be making today?
Well, thank you, first of all. And I'm so excited to be here with you today because you're going to get to try all of this delicious stuff.
I'm so excited.
So, my name is Daniela. Yes, I am a chef and a baker as well. I learned to cook and bake since I was a wee little thing before I needed a phone book to stand on the table or on the chair, really. And I learned from my mom, my grandmother, and all the amazing young at heart women from north to south across Italy throughout my many travels there. And today, what we are making is one of my favorite things. And one of my favorite things is a crostata. In English, that would be a tart. So we're going to go through the entire process. And why it's one of my favorites is because throughout my years of baking as a personal chef, I like to share with people the very authentic Italian dishes.
So Daniela, when you're not here teaching us how to make these delicious desserts, tell us where you are, what you're doing, where can we find you and more of your delicious cooking?
Oh my God, thank you for asking, and great question. So I do something that is so unique, so different. I actually have a trattoria in my home. What does that mean? That you can actually reserve to come and enjoy a home-cooked, authentic Italian dinner in my home, at my table. So I prepare every dish just like Nonna did. I prepare every dish the way I was taught when I was little. And it is such a blessing to be able to share the true snippets of Italy with people at my table. So that's what I do. You can find me at danielasfara.com. And you can also find me on Instagram at danielasfara. And I warn you, it's a delicious page. So just realize that I have forewarned you about that.
So do I get to taste this delicious? Say the name again.
Crostata.
Crostata.
Absolutely, you will. There's no way that we'd be able to bake this here and not have you try it.
So you would normally serve this maybe with espresso or?
In an Italian home, absolutely an espresso.
Okay.
But for sure, you can make a tea, you can make a regular coffee. Okay. My personal favorite beverage, though, is a Prosecco with this. And actually, when I make the jam, I extract the syrup from the jam. So that makes a beautiful compote. Drop a couple of drops of that in the Prosecco, and I assure you it's a beautiful flavor, especially for the summer. Make a nice aperitivo or a cocktail. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah. How's the crostata?
Oh my gosh, it's delicious.
And you see what I was talking about with the flakiness of the dough?
Yes.
And the natural flavors of the peaches. It just tastes so real, fresh, as if you just went straight to the orchard, picked the peach, and out came a crostata.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
Welcome to another episode of Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls. If you are at home and would like to be baking right along with us, you can find the ingredient list on our website at bakingforchange.ca. But I don't want to wait any longer to introduce our guest baker. You are a baker and a chef, is that right?
I would say more chef than baker, but yes, I bake.
Okay, amazing. So Destiny Moser is joining us today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know we're going to be hearing a lot about your different job opportunities, your employment opportunities that you have. Lots of questions and getting into what exactly we're making today. But let's start by telling us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah. So I am a chef in our region. I actually spent many years in the tech industry, but during COVID, I went to culinary school, mostly for fun. But food has always been my passion. My grandmothers taught me how to cook. It became my love language. And so during COVID, when everything kind of shut down, I had the opportunity to go to a very awesome college here in our community called Top Tukes. And they taught me everything I needed to know about becoming a personal chef. And so one of the things in my family is we have a lot of allergies, a lot of anaphylactic allergies. So those meal boxes, subscription programs, pop it in the oven foods, they didn't work for us. And so what better way to solve that problem than to solve it myself? And so I created a personal chef company called Food Zen. And we basically do your groceries, come into your home, cook your food, and we leave it in your fridge with detailed reheating instructions.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had it when I was working, in the tech world full time, because our hours can get pretty crazy and it's hard to find that work-life balance. And so we're really going into people's homes and helping families get zen out of their lives, finding that work-life balance. Seniors too. A lot of people still want to be in their homes, but they're just not at the point where they want to cook anymore. And so we go in there and help them as well.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. How personalized can you make those menus?
Yeah, everything is completely customized to the people that we're serving. So if you have any kind of ailment or you're trying to follow a specific diet when it comes to your fitness routine, then we can make it very customized for you.
Oh, that's amazing. Are you seeing certain trends, like people wanting to eat, vegetarian or different things like this? Are there common themes that you see?
I would say that the most common theme I'm seeing is cutting out all the processed food, the unnecessary added sugars, eating locally, eating fresh and in season. And I feel like that's the biggest trend with people right now.
And would you agree, we live in an amazing area here for access to like fresh fruits and vegetables, produce, meats, like everything we have right in our area.
Exactly. So what's great about our area is we're surrounded by farmers. We have 3 farmers markets really close by. For myself, my parents grew up in farm families. So this idea of farm to table is something that I grew up with. And I think a lot of people in this area, especially people who came to Kitchener-Waterloo, they've come from those farm cities.
How do your clients normally find you?
Yeah, you can find us by Google searching personal chef near me. If you really want to find us specifically, then it's foodzen.ca.
Foodzen. Now I can't.
Okay, let's stop right there.
So we've got our crisp here. This is good for 4 to 6 servings. You just scoop it out of there.
They're generous size. I like that.
Exactly. And then again, you can have this with ice cream or a sorbet.
So many cultures have like a food greeting. Is there a food greeting?
No, I don't really have one. Just dig in.
Just dig. I like that. Dig in. Yeah. That's about how I eat too. Okay. I'm anxious to try it. I am picking up some of the different tastes.
Yeah, and
from the ingredients.
You'll notice right away because we don't have those processed sugars. It's not as sweet.
Which I like. So this could be a breakfast meal for me.
Oh, 100%. You could easily add yogurt to this. Take it with you on the go. Great for your kids' snacks. It's healthier. Add some yogurt or ice cream to that for a good treat.
Welcome to Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and we have another delicious episode in store for you. I'm excited, as always, to introduce our guest bakers for today. We have Jen and Aster Graylick from Tiny Cakes in Cambridge.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us today.
It's so exciting to be here.
I'm so excited. What you don't know about me yet, but you will, is how much I love to eat baking.
Oh, perfect. We're going to be best friends.
Yeah, we are going to be besties for sure.
Yep.
So let's start by finding out a little bit about your business. Tell us about Tiny Cakes, how long you've been in business, what you bake, anything else you want to share.
So we opened our shop about 13 years ago, and my Aster was very tiny at the time, and her little sister Emma was also tiny. So that's how we do things, everything all at once. So I had 2 babies, decided to open up a bakery, convinced my husband that it was a good idea, so we remortgaged our house and opened up the store. I know it sounds crazy, but it's been pretty awesome ever since. The kids are now starting to help, and just that the kids have grown up, the business has grown up. So when we first started, it was just cupcakes. That's what we focused on.
I love cupcakes.
Oh, I know.
So that's good. Yeah.
It's a little cake just for you, a tiny cake, right?
Oh yeah.
But as the years have gone on, we've decided to evolve and add different things to the menu, and our cookies have become really popular. And what is more quintessential to a bake sale than cookies?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
You don't have to worry about refrigeration. You can make them in different sizes, and if you find a recipe that you really, really like, it's really versatile. You can change it up by just simply changing the mix-ins that you add. So today we're going to show you one of our recipes for our brownie snaps.
Ooh, brownie snaps.
And that's what happens if a brownie and a cookie were to fall in love and make a baby.
Oh, okay, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Yes.
So that's what we're going to be baking today.
Okay. And how much do we eat of the baked goods on a regular basis?
Quite a lot, but I've been trying to cut back because it's becoming a problem.
No such thing.
Oh, look at this beautiful assortment on here. You guys would be the hit at the cookie exchange parties.
Right? That's what we should do. We should have a big cookie exchange party.
Check that out. We have now reached my favorite part of the show, where we get to taste what we've been working on here. So we're being joined for tasting by our production assistant, Crystal. We didn't want you to miss the best part. You're working hard, so enjoy. So let's grab a cookie,
and a
little bit of milk, and before we have our first bite, cheers for all of our hard work today.
Yes. Okay, I can't wait anymore.
No, I can't wait either.
So we can dunk.
Ooh, all right.
They fit. Yep.
They fit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yes.
They're so good. They're so snappy.
Snappy. Oh my goodness.
Right?
Okay, that cocoa, you can taste the difference of that cocoa. Wow. You guys, I hope you baked along with us at home, because you need to be eating these right now.
Yum.
What do you think?
Perfect.
Yeah? Will you be making these at home?
Of course, definitely.
Definitely. I'm feeling bad for our cameraman missing out.
Oh,
He's
here,
gonna have to wait.
we'll slide one over to him. How can you be not happy eating these?
They are honestly delicious. I am super impressed. Goodie Goodie is a non-profit bakery offering training and jobs for refugee youth.
Hi, it's Stephen at Goodie Goodie, and that was Wendy Pauls, the host of the Baking for Change show. We're getting ready to launch our first ever pop-up bakery, and we could really use your help. We want to earn our way, not just accept donations. So 100% of the profit from our bakery sales and 100% of your donation goes towards paying our young refugee staff. Everyone at Goodie Goodie is a volunteer, and we don't pay for things like rent or advertising, so our administration costs are almost zero, which makes us a pretty good choice when deciding who you want to support. There's a donation link right on our website, as well as in the description section of this video. And the more you donate, the more refugee kids we can bring into our program. For more information, visit goodiegoodie.ca.
Thank goodness it's Friday, because that's the day Goodie Goodie Pop-Up Bakery is open. Goodie Goodie is a non-profit bakery providing training and jobs for refugee youth. Delicate French petit fours, giant New York-style cookies and chocolate from Peace by Chocolate in Nova Scotia. And 100% of the profit goes to support their young refugee staff. Every Friday from 10 to 3 at Community Christian Reformed Church, 1275 Bleams Road, right at Fischer-Hallman in Kitchener.
Welcome to another episode of Baking for Change. We have a delicious episode in store for you. I am your host, Wendy Pauls, and I'm very excited to introduce our guest baker for today, Spicy Jan. Okay, why do you call yourself Spicy Jan? Where does this come from?
Hi, Wendy. Thanks so much for welcoming me today as Spicy Jan. You can call me Jan, Janice, or Spicy Jan.
Okay, I like spicy too.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I like spicy too. So Spicy Jan actually came about 15 years ago when I was working in the gourmet food industry and going into people's homes teaching them how to cook, looking at some different seasonings, spices, different marinades, and how to really make some effective recipes in their own home. And people used to always ask me, so which spice girl are you? And I was like, oh, in the beginning I got really uncomfortable with it, and I was thinking, which spice girl am I? And one day one of my guests said, I think you're Spicy Jan. And I was like, I like it because I had been Old Spice, I had been Mama Spice, and so I really liked Spicy Jan. And one day I was in the grocery store and someone came up to me and said, oh my gosh, well they said it from a distance, it's Spicy Jan. And I said, all right, Spicy Jan it is.
Okay,
and
I
it
love
helps
it.
me know how people know me. So if it's cooking, culinary, tourism, community, Spicy Jan it is.
Okay, amazing. So let's tell our friends at home what we're going to be making today.
Great. So today we're making mini cheesecakes using the Instant Pot, which so many people have. And a lot of times we think of it as a savory appliance, but it's a delicious cheesecake maker. And so we're going to show everyone at home how to do that.
I love that. And for those of you that have been watching, you know that every week I'm learning something new. And truthfully, I confessed earlier I have never used an Instant Pot. So this is going to be all new for me.
Right.
And I love the idea of making mini cheesecakes in an Instant Pot.
And we'll get to eat them today as well.
Oh, and everybody
that
also
fast.
knows that's my favorite part of the show. I'm sure I will say that again later as well. So my first attempt, we didn't quite have the chocolate and peanut butter heated up enough, and it was a little bit globby, but still be delicious.
Yeah.
So we heated it a little bit more, and it should drizzle a little bit better. I'm going to have another attempt here. Let's see how we do. So just kind of back and forth. Oops, I'm not really doing much better.
Looks
I think
great.
you should have maybe done
No,
that.
it looks great. And then you know what I'm going to do, Wendy? I'm just going to come along and I'm just going to place a little bit of granola in the center.
Perfect.
Voila, done. I'm going to do the same thing right here. And then why don't you just top it with a little dollop of chocolate on top.
Sounds
That way we have
good.
the crunch, the peanut butter. Looks delicious.
Totally delicious. Spicy Jan. Guess what
Yes.
time it is?
Taste testing time.
Yes, my favorite part of the show.
Mine too. Ready? Let's do it. Which one are you picking?
I did say I'm a blueberry fan, so I'm going to go for the blueberry. What are you going to do?
Well, I do love chocolate and peanut butter together and granola. Let's give it a
Okay,
taste test.
Let's give it a taste.
All the way to the bottom, Wendy. We want to make sure we get the
yeah,
crumble with the cheesecake. Oh my
That's
goodness.
a big
Are you
spoon.
ready? Okay, let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, creamy. Can you taste the lemon in there?
It is delicious.
Just that little hint of lemon really pulls out the beautiful flavor. of the cheesecake and even pulls out the vanilla. What do you think? Would you be the hit at the next special occasion? Or would you share?
Maybe not.
Okay. Well, sometimes you can just make them for
We
one,
did
too.
make one for our cameraman because he has to watch and smell and while we get to enjoy. Hello and welcome to another episode of Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and we have a familiar face back on the program today. Our guest baker is Daniela Spada.
Perfecto.
Yes.
I am so thrilled to be back. Oh my gosh, it was so fun last time, and
We
I'm
had a
looking
blast.
so forward to today because it's apple season.
Apple season. So last time Daniela joined us on the program, we featured peaches and made so many delicious things. If you haven't seen that episode, you need to go back and watch it. Today, we are featuring
Apples. It's apple
Apples.
season, and we're not just making one thing, we're making lots of beautiful stuff because who would want to enjoy just one delicious thing with apples? So,
amazing.
Yeah, and kicking it off, we've got some homemade apple cider. Cheers.
Cheers
to
to
a new
start the show.
episode.
Delicious.
Homemade. Took me a little while this morning to make it. Totally worth the early wake up.
So, what are we starting with today?
Okay, so I mean, there's so many beautiful desserts, but what's everyone's favorite? A classic apple pie. So that's what we're gonna make today. And obviously it's gonna be from scratch. And we've picked up some beautiful ingredients to make everything with. And again, because I wake up so early, you're helping me bake them.
You're taking chances here, but I will do my best.
That's okay, I have full faith in you. It's awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
And confession, I have never made an apple pie.
What?
I know. I've made apple crisp, but I've never made an apple pie. So here we go. Beginner again.
Okay, great. Well, we're making an apple crisp today, so you're handling that then.
Okay.
Let's
Sounds
put your
like a
skills
plan.
to the test.
All right. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to bake along with us, the ingredient list is on the website. Get your stuff ready and join us, because when we get to that part of the show that you now know is my favorite part, then you can join us in the tasting also. So get your stuff together and get ready, because we're going to get started.
We're going to get started.
Welcome to another episode of Baking for Change. I'm your host, Wendy Pauls, and I have two special guest bakers with me today, Gia and Joyce from Sweet Tooth Bakery in Hamilton. I am so excited that you guys are here with me today. I've got a sneak peek at some of the things we're going to be preparing, but it's going to be so new for me, and I'm sure it's going to be pretty new for a lot of our people at home as well. So tell me a little bit about your business, and I know, Joyce, you have your own business as well. So tell us who you are, where you are, what you do. Give us a little overview.
Well, we're just very glad to be here. We're excited about what we're going to do. This is something new for all of us. We have an Asian fusion dessert shop called My Sweet Tooth in Hamilton on Main Street. That was opened the year of COVID.
Wow.
Joyce is one of the few people that visited us on the first day of our soft opening,
Amazing.
January the 8th, 2020. I cannot forget that day. We just saw that the city needs some Asian fusion desserts. We love to enjoy good dessert, but couldn't find them in the city. So we decided to make our own. After years of preparation, we picked the lucky year of 2020 to open our shop, which later we knew was going to happen that year. But with all the help of our community, and then we put in a lot of work, we made it happen. And our shop has been up and running for more than 3 years now.
That's amazing.
Thank you. And then last year, because during a trip to Japan, we fell in love with mochi donuts. We started making mochi donuts and started the second shop called Momoko Donuts. And Joyce just recently did an article for us in The Spectators. Thank you again for helping us along the way with all of our businesses. So here we are today. We're going to bring some Asian fusion desserts to all of you. And especially if you're watching and you have a sensitivity to gluten, to dairy, you want to have a nice Asian fusion gluten-free vegan dessert.
Wow.
That's what we're going to be making. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Drawing our little bunny on.
Yes. So we are going to first dot 2 little eyes. It doesn't have to be big, because if it's too big, the chocolate will drip down. So, and then we add a little nose with a little line dragging down.
How cute.
And it's not over yet. We're going to add some blush for this little bunny.
Because, you know,
Just because.
bunny has to
you
look
know,
her best.
how can you leave your house without blush on? I did. But on the left cheek, maybe a little more blush. I was not generous enough. A little blush on the left and a little blush on the right. And maybe a little bit on the tip of the ear. Just, you know. So, our little bunny.
Ladies, we have reached what I tell our friends at home every week, my favorite part of the show. I mean, I've loved watching and learning, but let's be honest, it's all about eating.
Yes. It's about time. That's right.
Yeah. So here we go. But you're going to show us how to actually cut these. Like, I'd probably just, you know, pick that up and bite it. And
you know what? That's what I do at home.
Okay.
But only for the sake of our show, I want you at home, our audience, to see how it looks like, and then to showcase the beauty of this dessert.
Please
so
show us.
I would cut it this way just so that we can see the inside of the orange. There.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
And
that's beautiful.
I think that the credit goes to Peter. Shout out to Peter, my husband. Out there, you picked a good orange. It looks good.
Beautiful.
Is it called orange?
Clementine, nectarine. There's so many different.
It's a smaller one.
Sure.
So yeah, that's how it looks like on the inside.
It's so thin too.
You can barely see it.
Yeah.
You can make the mochi wrapper as thick or as thin as you like it to be.
That's your
some
preference.
prefer it to be thicker, some prefer it to be thinner.
Okay.
And the thinner of it, the better skill you have. So it's like a show-off skill.
Yes.
So yeah, we can continue to cut up our little bunny one.
Show us how your little trick.
Yes, I have a special way of cutting our bunny mochi. And with our bunny mochi, I brought, not the knife, we won't need the knife. I don't know if you can see this. It's an imaginary thread. No, it's actually a thread that we are going to put underneath the bunny. And then we will be pulling on the ends.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, it cut the strawberry too.
Wow.
And now you have a perfectly sliced strawberry mochi.
That's impressive. I'm impressed. That was a good trick.
I've been waiting for this moment all day. So at the beginning, I was like, glad it worked, you know, because sometimes tricks don't work, but it did this time. The reason why I didn't use this on the orange one is because I was afraid that it's too not as tender as the strawberry. It wouldn't cut through. But hey, if you're at home, you might as well try it and let us know whether it works on the orange or not.
Yes.
All right. So I guess this is time that we dig in.
It's time that we dig in. Yeah.
You go ahead.
Are you gonna join me?
I've had this before. Joyce, do you want to have the other half?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That mochi stretch. That's what you're aiming for there. Only happens with fresh mochis.
Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Baking for Change. Special thanks to Wendy Pauls and Daniela Safara, Destiny Moser from Food Zen, Jen and Astor from Tiny Cakes, Spicy Jan from Tasty Road Trips, Gia and Joyce from My Sweet Tooth, Red Path Sugar, Danby Appliances, and Community Christian Reformed Church.